November 2023, semi-final of the Cricket World Cup, Wankhede Stadium, Mumbai. Virat Kohli walks out to bat. India need this. The country is watching, and right there on Virat's wrist is something that confuses the entire internet. Not a watch, no screen, no display, no buttons. Just a plain rubber band. Within hours, social media goes crazy. What is that thing on Virat Kohli's wrist? Trending on Twitter, Reddit, an entire fitness forum is going wild. And here is the most important part. Nobody paid Virat to wear it. No brand deal, no sponsorship. He just wore because he wanted to. This brand is called as Whoop. And what I'm going to show you today is not just a company story. It's the story about what happens when you remove the most obvious feature from a product and end up building something worth $10 billion. Before I go any further, let me tell you what Whoop actually is, because it's not just what you think. Whoop is a fitness tracker, and it doesn't just tell you time. It has no screen, it can't check messages on it. The brand itself does absolutely nothing you can see, and yet the company is valued at 10.1 billion. It has 2.5 million paying subscribers across 56 countries. And Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, and the golfer Rory have not just won it, they have put their own money into this company as investors. I have been wearing Whoop for about a year now, and I use the data it gives me every single morning to decide how hard I should train on that day. I have gone from 100 kgs to 75 kgs from gym, running, cycling, and swimming, and I can tell you straight, once you start using the recovery data to guide your training, you never want to go back to guessing. So this is not a company story, this is personal, and I want to take you through 3 things today I will tell you that completely change how I think about this brand. The technology, the business model, and the uncomfortable question at the end that's nobody's really asking yet. Let's go back to 2012, Harvard University. A student called Will Ahmed is the captain of the Harvard squash team, and he had a problem that nobody around him can solve. He keeps overtraining, pushing hard every day, never knowing when to rest and when to go harder. And the result? Injuries, drops in performance, and the constant feeling that working more wasn't making him better. So Ahmed did something unusual. He read 500 peer-reviewed medical and psychological papers while still going in college. Not fitness article, actual research on heart rate variability, sleep science, recovery biology. And at the end of the reading, he had one clear idea. If you can't measure the right biological signal from a human body continuously, accurately, 24/7 a day, you could not tell exactly how recovered they are and exactly how much stress their body can handle today. And the problem was, no consumer device could do this properly. So he built one. He co-founded Whoop with John and Aurelian, and for the very few years, Whoop did not sell to regular people at all. Early customers were US military units, professional sports team, and Olympic athletes. Real stake, real pressure. And this is where Whoop discovered something that nobody expected. The athletes who started using the data were not just performing better, they were changing how they thought about their own bodies. Coaches who had spent decades trusting the gut instinct were suddenly looking at the numbers every morning and making decisions based on what sensor said. It wasn't just a fitness tool anymore, it was the beginning to change the psychology of performance itself. Now let me explain what Whoop actually measures, because this is where most of the people stop at the surface. The core technology inside Whoop is called as photolithosmography. PPG. The concept is simple. Whoop shines a specific wavelength of light onto your skin. Blood absorbs and reflects light differently depending on how much is flowing through your capillaries at that moment. By measuring those tiny changes thousands of times every minute, Whoop can calculate your heart rate variability, your respiratory rate, and your blood oxygen level. The difference between Whoop and a regular fitness tracker is how much data it captures. Most wearables samples your heart rate every few seconds or every minute. Whoop samples is 26 times per second on its latest version. That's not a small difference. That's a completely different level of resolution. From all the raw data, Whoop calculates 3 things every day. Your recovery score. Calculate while you sleep. It looks at HRV, resting heart rate, respiratory rate, blood oxygen, and skin temperature. It gives you a number from 0 to 100, and that number tells you how much your body can handle today. Your strain score from 0 to 21, measuring cumulative cardiovascular load of that day. Every workout, every walk, every stressful meeting pushes this up. Your logarithmic going from 5 to 6 is nothing, but going from 18 to 19 is completely different beast. And your sleep coach, instead of telling every day to sleep 8 hours, Whoop tells you exactly how many hours you need tonight based on today's strain and your recovery deflect from the last few days. I look at my recovery score every morning before I decide how hard to train. Some days it's 85%, which is green, so I go harder. And some days it is 38%, which is red. I take easy even if I feel fine. The data has been more right than my gut feeling. That's the honest truth after a year of wearing this. And let me tell you, according to the research, heart rate accuracy is around 99.7%. HRV accuracy is 99% from independent research, not Whoop's marketing. But here is where something strange started happening to people. Once you have this kind of data, accurate, continuous, and always running on your wrist, it stops being an information and starts becoming something else entirely. Whoop's own number tells a story. 85% of their monthly users open the app every single day. And for context, one of the highest daily opening rates in the world belongs to WhatsApp. Whoop says it's second. Think about that for a second. People open a fitness hardware app more constantly than they check their email, more than they check the news. Second only to the app they used to talk to their families. And this is where the Whoop stopped being just a fitness tracker and became something much more closer to an addiction. Now here is the part of the story that genuinely surprised me. When Whoop launched commercially in 2016, the device cost $300 to manufacture and sold them for $500. Reasonable margin, right? Normal hardware business. But as the production scaled, the cost to make a Whoop band dropped dramatically. Today, the device costs somewhere around $14 to manufacture. If you want a Whoop in India right now, you would be paying $27,000 to $29,000 for a 12-month subscription that includes the device. The band is not the product. The data is the product and the habit is the product. And once you are checking it every morning, Whoop knows you're not cancelling. If you buy an Apple Watch for 45,000 rupees, Apple's job is done. The moment you swipe the card, you put it in a drawer for 6 months and Apple wouldn't care. They have your money. But if you pay Whoop 27,000 for a year, they need you to open the app every single day. Because if you stop, you don't renew. For Whoop, your daily habit is their entire business model. They have 3 subscription tiers. The plan 1 is for $199 a year, around 16,000 rupees. Core tracking, and the peak plan is for $239 and it adds AI features. The life plan is for $359 and comes with a Whoop MG and has a medically certified ECG. The annualized subscription revenue crossed 1.1 billion at the end of 2025. Cash flow positive. A hardware company that makes it real money on software and data. But here is the moment Whoop almost destroyed everything they built. In May 2025, Whoop launches its new device called as Whoop 5.0 and Whoop NG. And then they tell their existing subscribers, you will need to pay $49 to upgrade or extend your subscription by 12 months. The problem? For years, Whoop had promised subscribers that the new hardware upgrades would be for free. It was literally on their website as recent as March 28, 2025. Reddit went nuclear. The post titled Whoop lied us got 790 upvotes overnight. Whoop revised the decision within 24 hours. Free upgrades for members with 12 or more months remaining. But the damage of trust was real. When your entire business model was built on daily engagement and long-term loyalty, one broken promise is not a small thing. And in April 2026, Whoop raised $575 million at 10.1 billion valuation. Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James have personal investment checks and not endorsement. Real money from the people who have worn this product and believe in this where it's going. And then Abbott, one of the largest medical device companies in the world, the Mayo Clinic, one of the most respected medical research institutes on the planet, Qatar Investment Authority, and Mubadala from Abu Dhabi. When hospitals and medical device companies start writing checks into a fitness wearable, it tells you something important. This is no longer just fitness, it is moving towards medicine. The Whoop that Virat Kohli wore in 2023 is not the same Whoop today. May 2025, Whoop 5.0 and Whoop MG, the hardware is 7% smaller. The battery life jumped from 4 to 5 days to 14 days. and the processor is 10 times more power efficient. The Whoop MG medical grade has an FDA cleared ECG. It can detect heart rate rhythms disorder that affects millions of people and goes often undetected for years. Daily blood pressure monitoring without a cuff from your wrist every single day. There is a new feature called as Health Spam. Whoop now calculates your biological age, your Whoop age, using 9 biometrics. Then it tells you your pace of aging, whether your body is getting older faster or slower than your actual age. Built by Dr. Eric, the CEO of Buck Institute of Research on Aging. When I saw my own Whoop age for the very first time, it stopped being just a fitness number. It became a question about my choices I'm making every single day. And then Whoop went somewhere that nobody saw that coming. Inside the app, there is an AI coach powered by OpenAI. You can ask in a plain language why my recovery is low this morning, and it will analyze your actual data, gives you a personalized answer, not generic data. Your data, your body, and your answer. In January 2026, Whoop becomes official partner of the Ferrari Formula 1 team. Every driver, every engineer, every pit crew member across 24 race calendar now wears Whoop. Ferrari's medical team and Whoop are developing research paper on human performance under extreme conditions. This is not sponsorship, this is science. And then there is a new competitor, Google Fitbit Air. On May 7, 2026, 15 days ago, Google launched the Fitbit Air. The TechCrunch called it as Whoop-like screenless Fitbit. No screen. It calculates almost everything just like Whoop for $99 one time. No subscription. That's a very different deal from Whoop at $27,000 a year. For someone training seriously, the data depth of Whoop is not comparable to Fitbit right now. The sensor accuracy, the recovery science, and the AI coaching. But here is the clear signal. When Google enters a market, it's because when the market is now large enough to matter. The screenless brand category that Whoop built almost alone is now big enough for the biggest technology company in the world to want in on it. But here is what I haven't told you yet, and this is the part I think about the most. Is this actually making us better, or it is making us obsessed? I'll be honest with you. There have been mornings where my Whoop said 38% recovery, red, and I went to gym anyway and I had a perfect good workout, because sometimes the body knows things that sensors doesn't catch yet. And there have been also days where I have seen red score and mentally shut down before I even started. Not because my body was tired, because the numbers told me it was. And I'm not alone in this. There is a growing conversation in the fitness world about the people who can't train without checking their data first, who feel anxious if they forgot to wear the brand, who optimize their sleep not because they feel tired, but because an app told them their sleep score dropped. Think about what Whoop costs, $27,000 a year. That's a serious number for most of the Indian households. Recovery culture, tracking your HRV, optimizing your sleep stages, monitoring your biological age is increasingly becoming something only a certain income group can afford. We are beginning to create a world where the gap between those who can optimize their performance and those who cannot is not just a physical, it's financial. And we are becoming a performance machines. Maybe. Is that a bad thing? I genuinely don't know. What I do know is that Whoop is not just selling a product, it's selling a belief that human performance can be measured, tracked, and improved with enough data. And a lot of very smart, very serious people, athletes, doctors, investors, and soldiers have decided that belief is worth believing on. Here is the thing nobody said out loud when they were writing about a $14 rubber band on a $10 billion company. The band doesn't make you perform better. The band makes you aware. And awareness, real and continuous, changes how you make every single decision on that day. We are entering an era where human performance has become a product. Your body is a data set where the distance between who you are and who you could be is being measured 26 times per second, 24 hours a day across 56 countries by a rubber band that doesn't even tell you the time. That's either the most exciting thing happening right now in health or the most uncomfortable one. Possibly both. I've been wearing this for a year and I'll put my actual recovery scores, my Whoop age, and my honest take on whether it's worth 27,000 rupees a year for an Indian viewer all that into the description. And if you want to keep going deeper on companies like this, businesses that broke every obvious rule and ended up changing their entire category, that's what this channel is for. Subscribe.